All right, chapter 5 of the virtual ticket. We're going to look at event planning. Events are difficult things to manage. Adding live streaming is another layer of complexity. If we plan right, it'll go all smoothly. Let's talk about it. So again, don't forget to read the book, chapter 5. This is actually a short chapter, so we're just going to talk about some of the things you should be thinking about regarding event planning. So event planning obviously is not easy. And if you have never done an planned event before, you might not know that in every event, something usually goes wrong. If you're lucky, the only people who notice something has gone wrong is your event management team. And an issue could be as minor as, having the wrong color socks, or as major as forgetting the wedding ring back at the hotel right before your event, right? So events are difficult things to do. And, this is why so many amazing events are unable to add live streaming, because it's so complex, because it's so hard to host an event. A lot of event managers get overwhelmed. And yet there are event management software solutions that can help your team integrate with all the different things you're using. If we can apply project management knowledge and skills to event planning, we can be much easier to add live streaming and virtual ticket sales to your event. So I understand it's easy to get overwhelmed, right? It's very common to be overwhelmed with an event. Event planners work 60-hour weeks sometimes during these big events. And so if you're selling virtual tickets is one thing, but accommodating an online audience is another. So don't just sell this ticket and not think about accommodating this online audience. And this is why, whether you're a professional event planner or a one-time event planner, having a framework that introduces order into the messy process of event planning is crucial. So we need to have a systematic approach that allows you to deliver excellent results, even when you do not have the help of a professional event planning team. You can put it together in an event planning system. It'll save you cost, reduce your work, remove uncertainty, and most importantly, it will make your success repeatable. And that is important. So event planning is so crucial. There are many tools for having a systematic approach. I highly recommend picking up an event management software solution that can really streamline the workflow. There's a lot of new cloud-based tools that allow event managers to streamline the workflow to connect Salesforce, Marketo, Eventbrite, WordPress, all these different things. And as an event manager, you've got a lot of stuff to manage, right? You've got a website and a landing page. You might be using WordPress or ClickFunnels. You've got ticket processing, might be done on Eventbrite, Ticket Web, Ticket Loop. You've got check-in, right? You got to check people in, whether you're scanning badges or having a dashboard. You've got the live streaming side of it and maybe hosting the replays, maybe using Decast or Vimeo. And then you've got all that engagement, right? How are you going to engage not only the in-person audience, but the online audience? And hopefully with this book, you're going to understand how, but that's a lot to manage. Now, I will say there are some great online tools that will bring some of this stuff together. Now, it's great to use Eventbrite because they've got an awesome online platform that can help your event get out to the world. It's great to use Vimeo because they have an awesome app that you can download, right? So a lot of these things are great. ClickFunnels allows you to have affiliates that can sell tickets on your behalf. But some of the services can be combined into one as well and reduce your setup. So we looked at this in our last slide, so I'll just brief this. Your website obviously is going to move to your ticket purchaser, is going to kind of get people to come to your event. So tying all of that together obviously is something that event planners are used to. But what about promoting this whole ticket? And so here's some ideas to start thinking about. Let's say, for example, your days, your weeks out from hosting your event. Well, you can live stream to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Twitch, and just say, hey, we're a couple weeks out. We're going to give you a Q&A. We're going to start using live streaming now before the event to promote it. Let's say you're just a few hours, just a few minutes before the show. You can host a pre-show. And again, promotional. This is free on YouTube or Facebook to get more people to buy your virtual tickets. Let's say you're during the show, right? And again, you're not showing the main stage on social media, but maybe you've got a cool little behind the scenes snippet with one of your main speakers before they go on stage. Again, driving more people to your website to buy now. And then finally, you might even have some type of limited access preview with like a countdown timer, give people a little bit of a taste of your conference. And then as you're doing that, you're driving people to your website, getting more ticket purchases, and letting more people into that paywall. So learn the basics of project management and event planning in order to properly add virtual ticket experience to your event. And by applying this project management knowledge and skills, you can more easily add the live streaming ticket to your event. Remember that changing consumer demands now require any competitive business to create an experience for their customers. So depending on your event and the online audience, the size of this conference may surprise you with how many people are willing to pay for virtual access because the convenience is so high. So we don't go into too much more detail about event planning as far as, the basics of foundational event planning. That's something that there are other books on. But in our next chapter, we'll talk about designing that virtual ticket experience and how important it is to be doing that correctly and delivering higher levels of value to make your customers happy and really have a good experience and really value what you're delivering. See you in the next video. Don't forget to comment below if you have any questions.